For centuries, archaeologists have been diligently exploring various parts of our planet, aiming to uncover evidence of prehistoric civilizations scattered across the world. While some may argue that all such civilizations have already been discovered, a recent find deep within the Amazon jungle proves otherwise. In today's video, we will delve into the exciting discovery of an untouched ancient civilization perched atop a mountain in the heart of the Amazon. The Amazon rainforest boasts vast stretches of uncharted territory, making it one of the most enigmatic and unexplored regions on Earth. Spanning over 7 million square kilometers, this protected natural rainforest holds numerous mysteries and hidden locations. Among the recent remarkable discoveries is the ancient city of Machu Picchu, which thrived during the Inca Empire's reign. According to anthropologists, Machu Picchu was constructed in the early 1500s, secluded deep within the Amazon jungles. Remaining untouched and hidden for more than 400 years, this extraordinary city was officially unveiled in 1911 by Hiram Bingham, a history professor from Yale University. The great Inca ruler, Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui, who reigned from 1438 to 1471, is believed to have orchestrated the construction of this grand city. Machu Picchu was primarily envisioned as an opulent royal estate, exclusively reserved for the ruler himself and the esteemed members of his high court. Although the city held a regal status, it did not follow the traditional succession patterns, as it served as a magnificent and private palace exclusively for the ruler. Due to the intimate and secluded nature of this ancient city, historical records regarding its construction and day-to-day life are scarce. Scientists had to heavily rely on radiocarbon dating and on-site excavations to unravel the mysteries behind the building techniques employed and the awe-inspiring stone structures created in isolation from the outside world. It is widely believed that the city of Machu Picchu was inhabited for a relatively short period, estimated to be less than a century, before it was abandoned due to the Spanish invasion of the Inca Empire. The entire city was divided into two main sections: the upper town, encompassing the urban sector with palaces, temples, and living quarters, and the lower town, which served as the agricultural sector. The architectural design of the entire city harmoniously adapted to the contours of the mountain upon which it was constructed. With over 200 buildings scattered throughout, the ancient inhabitants ingeniously organized them in parallel terraces that followed the mountain's shape. They skillfully integrated stone stairways within the walls of each building, facilitating movement across different levels within the city. This ingenious system allowed individuals to navigate vast portions of the city without ever needing to step foot outside. The residential areas and living quarters were predominantly located in the eastern part of the city, while the western areas housed temples and stone structures specifically built for sacrificial and ceremonial purposes. In the western area of the city, there existed a significant structure known as the Torian. Archaeologists believe it must have been a colossal tower utilized by the ancient Incas as an observatory for studying the stars and the surrounding forested areas. As the royal estate of the Inca Empire's ruler, Machu Picchu housed a population of approximately 750 individuals, primarily consisting of serving staff who attended to the needs of the ruler and the nobility residing in this mountain city. The workforce involved in the construction and maintenance of the city comprised not only laborers and farmers but also religious specialists and wise men from the Inca Empire. Together, they catered to the well-being of the ruler and the esteemed court. Throughout the entire city, one could find centuries-old monuments and historical structures. Among them was the ancient Inti-Huatana stone, one of many ritual stones discovered within the ancient Inca Empire. This particular stone was strategically positioned to align with the winter solstice. According to Inca belief, during the solstice, when the sun was almost directly above the stone, it possessed the power to hold the sun in place, casting no shadow on any other site. Another prominent structure within the site was the Inti Maki, a special cave used for celebrating the royal feast of the sun. During this celebration, young boys transitioning into adulthood would undergo a ceremonial ear piercing and were required to stand inside the cave and witness the sunrise. The construction of the cave was designed in a manner that its windows were unique, allowing sunlight to enter solely during the summer solstice in December. The Incas demonstrated their mastery in stone construction, as seen in other ancient cities found throughout the Amazon rainforest, depicting the grandeur of the Inca Empire. Machu Picchu, being one such city, showcased buildings constructed with precisely cut stone blocks that fit together seamlessly, without the use of mortar. The presence of fault lines beneath the mountain on which Machu Picchu was constructed posed a challenge to building stable structures. This particular section of the mountain was prone to seismic activities, making even minor earthquakes capable of displacing the carefully positioned stones. However, the ancient Inca people devised a remarkable solution. They meticulously shaped each stone to perfection, ensuring an incredibly tight fit with gaps measuring less than 0.02 centimeters between them. This ingenious approach resulted in exceptionally stable structures that endured numerous earthquakes that have affected the region over the centuries. An examination of skeletal remains discovered within and around the city provides insights into the inhabitants of Machu Picchu. The findings indicate that the majority of the people who lived there were immigrants from various parts of the continent. Chemical markers absent in most skeletal remains suggest that these individuals were not lifelong residents of the mountaintop. Instead, the remains displayed indicators of specific bacteria and water parasites that were not native to the Amazon jungle area. Considering that the primary food sources in Machu Picchu were maize, potatoes, and legumes, the skeletal remains revealed a higher consumption of fish compared to corn. This finding suggests that these individuals likely migrated from coastal regions to work and reside in Machu Picchu. The majority of the skeletal remains discovered in Machu Picchu exhibited lower levels of bone fractures and arthritis compared to individuals found elsewhere in the Inca Empire. This stark difference can be attributed to the Inca people's higher susceptibility to such ailments due to the physically demanding nature of farming and military service. Being situated on a mountaintop, Machu Picchu relied on extensive agricultural practices carried out on numerous man-made terraces that adorned the mountainside. These terraces showcased impressive engineering, designed to ensure efficient drainage and optimize soil fertility. Simultaneously, they protected the mountain from landslides and erosion. Given the steep slopes of the terraces, irrigation posed a significant challenge. However, this concern became irrelevant as experts estimate that Machu Picchu received an abundant annual rainfall of over 71 inches. This plentiful rainfall proved sufficient to support the cultivation of various crops, mainly potatoes and corn. However, these crops alone were insufficient to sustain the nearly 1,000 inhabitants of the city. Recent excavations have unveiled evidence suggesting that the residents of Machu Picchu relied heavily on imported food from surrounding towns and valleys to meet their dietary needs. Non-indigenous animals, such as llamas and alpacas, were brought into Machu Picchu from other regions of the Inca Empire. These animals, which are not naturally adapted to the lower altitudes of Machu Picchu, were likely transported into the city. However, their presence served a purpose beyond mere food. Remains discovered near burial sites and ceremonial areas suggest that these animals were used for funeral rites and other religious practices. The small city of Machu Picchu operated in a similar manner to other parts of the Inca Empire. Money was not utilized for trade. Instead, goods and services were exchanged. Government taxes took the form of labor obligations, with each individual contributing their work to the Inca Empire. This practice is reflected in the skeletal structures of remains found throughout the Inca region. In return, Inca rulers rewarded their subjects with access to food, land, goods, and occasional celebratory feasts and ceremonial events. It is presumed that the inhabitants of Machu Picchu lived harmoniously for more than 80 years until the Spanish conquistadors invaded Peru in 1532. The arrival of the Spanish forces destabilized much of the Inca Empire, with even larger cities succumbing to their advances. Machu Picchu, lacking fortifications or military fortitude, saw its occupants abandon their homes to escape the persecution of the Spanish conquerors. The ancient Inca Empire lacked the advanced tools and military tactics necessary to repel the Spanish forces, relying on weapons made of stone, wood, copper, and bronze, which proved no match for the steel armor of the Spanish soldiers. After the Inca Empire fell, many major cities, including Machu Picchu, suffered destruction at the hands of the Spanish conquistadors, who showed no remorse for the impressive engineering accomplishments of the Inca people. Archaeologists suggest that the sophisticated farming system established by the Incas at Machu Picchu was deliberately dismantled by the Spanish in their attempt to subjugate the Inca population. The subjugation of the Inca Empire was followed by the devastating spread of diseases that decimated the remaining Inca populations. Smallpox wreaked havoc across the Peruvian countryside for over a decade, swiftly followed by outbreaks of influenza and typhus over the subsequent century. Influenza and measles continued to ravage the remnants of the once great Inca Empire until very little remained. Over time, the encroaching jungle reclaimed this ancient city, reducing its knowledge to only a few individuals in the immediate vicinity. Without written records chronicling the existence of this magnificent hilltop city, it remained hidden until 1911 when an American explorer and Yale University professor made the official discovery. Since then, Machu Picchu has become a prominent tourist attraction and an important archaeological site, recognized as both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a national cultural treasure. Today, the ruins of Machu Picchu draw over 1 million tourists each year, solidifying its status as Peru's most visited tourist destination. Do you believe Machu Picchu is the last hidden city in the Amazon, or do you anticipate further discoveries? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.